5,000 years ago, a world-shattering cultivation versus demonic battle. All cultivators were killed and every single cultivation sect in the world was destroyed. The entire world was destroyed. And then something different happened, in which new types of races were born. For example, knights, priestess, assassin, mage. As more and more powerful people appear in this world has become a world of magic. But me, a cultivator that slept for 5,000 years. He woke up from sleep and ridiculously found that he was the last cultivator in the world. A scoundrel-like personality. A greedy soul. Meeting a group of not-so-normal companions. Thousands upon thousands of priceless cultivation artifacts. Secret cultivation arts can all only be used by him. He has the ability to dominate all life hindrance and kill. The one with the important responsibility of reviving his cultivation sect. This lonely path of cultivation. Let's go forward to revive the glory of cultivators and his mission. And now, this Manhwa begins, on the outskirts of Pharaoh Town, the Lost Forest. A man is very scared and some monsters are standing in front of him to kill him. And these monsters are goblins, and they kill him with just one attack. And the only sound heard in the forest is his screaming. After some time, some people come into the forest, and they say, "It should be here." The Lost Forest. A soldier says. The nearby village issued a quest. They said that in these parts of the forest there are grade 1 goblins attacking people. And the second soldier says, "It's fine. We have Miss Catherine leading us, we'll be able to make a quick buck." And a girl says, "I'm not here to make money. My father doesn't permit me to practice in the church, so this is the only way for me to improve." And its name is Catherine, D-rank magician of the Holy Cross Church. And then they hear someone's voice and Catherine thinks, is someone coming? Is he the one humming? And someone comes in front of them. And that person says, "Did someone get ahead of me first?" The soldier looks at him and says, "A civilian? What are you doing in a place like this? The monsters here are rampant, it's very dangerous." But Zhong says, "If the monsters are rampant, then that's good. I received a commission from a nearby village. I'm here to exterminate this monster." Hearing this, a soldier says to his other soldier, "This guy's outfit is quite strange, he didn't even bring any armor to defend himself. He looks like an ordinary person, but he still dares to get a share of the pie." Hearing him, the other soldier says, "Wait. I'll test his mental power." And Zhong says, "Hey. Why the hell are you pointing that thing at me?" So the soldier says, "Relax, this is a mental strength measuring device. We're just testing your mental strength." But when that soldier sees Zhong's strength as 0, the other soldier starts laughing. His mental strength is 0. Ordinary people have 5. You won't be able to fight against monsters like that. The second soldier says, "Although the monsters here are only grade 1, if you were to face them head-on, I'm afraid you wouldn't be able to last a minute." Zhong asks, "What's mental strength?" "I've never used that before, and I'm still able to kill monsters." But both the soldiers are laughing too much at Zhong. This guy's jokes are out of this world. He doesn't even know what mental strength is and he's saying he killed monsters before. Catherine tells Zhong, mental strength is a special ability to fight against monsters. For thousands of years, humans have gradually awakened mental strength to fight against monsters. Those who control their mental strength can release a powerful energy that's beyond the capabilities of a human. Based on the amount of mental strength displayed on the measuring device, humans are separated into ranks S, A, B, C, D and E. And the soldier also says, "That's right. Miss Catherine of the Steve family became a D-rank magician at a young age. It's easy for her to deal with the monsters here. You better return while you still can." But Zhong says, "I refuse. And the soldier thinks, when did this guy run past me? Am I blind? Now Zhong starts leaving and a soldier says, "Hey! Why aren't you listening, you bastard? Believe it or not, I." And Catherine says, judging him, "Enough. If he insists on going, then just let him be. This time I'm doing this behind the church's back. So don't make such a ruckus. The monsters here are only grade 1, it's fine if there's an ordinary person with 0 mental strength. He might be useful when we collect the monster drops." Now both soldiers are killing the goblins one by one and Catherine is also ready to attack. The goblins, water spirits. Please answer my calls. In the name of the water spirits, fight against the will of evil, and release the holy power. Steve's family's secret magic. Great counter whirlpool. And after killing all the goblins with ease, a soldier says Miss Catherine doesn't have to deal with these goblins. Just leave it to us. That's right. So as to not dirty your clothes. Zhong is listening to them from a distance. Those two are really flattering her. Zhong tells them, "Hey, those are just grade 1 monsters, don't get careless this early. Flattering come, look here. Her. There are still more up ahead." Zhong is pointing towards a ruined place. Now all 4 are going to that place together. What a strange place, the village didn't say anything about a ruin. Be careful, the atmosphere here is unusual. There's nothing to worry about, since we're here. Catherine tells everyone he's right. Everyone be on high alert, this place is different from the forest. I have a bad feeling. Catherine is right to be worried, there is something dangerous in this place, and when Catherine goes ahead, her eyes fall on something, seeing which Catherine gets shocked. You guys. What is that? There is a huge goblin in front of Catherine. Now everyone looks at that big goblin. The second soldier asks what a big goblin is. Is this also a grade 1 demon beast? So Catherine says, I'm not so sure about myself either. Although it is motionless, my intuition tells me that it is not going to be easy. The first soldier goes forward without fear to show his bravery, and Catherine says to him, "Hey! What are you doing? Don't go there." But the soldier does not believe Catherine, and thinks, this face looks familiar. I feel like I've seen it somewhere. And the soldier touches the big goblin, fingers him again and again, even that doesn't make it react, huh? Miss Catherine, this seems to be the carcass of the monster. This time we are going to make a lot of profit. And then suddenly that goblin's eyes shine. Be careful, don't go playing with death. Before the soldier can understand anything, the goblin attacks him and cuts off one of his hands. The soldier gets very nervous, and when he looks back, his breathing stops. It can't be. The monster was alive? Standing in front of him is a grade 3 demon beast, Goblin Chief. And when the Goblin Chief roars loudly, and hearing his roar, foam comes out of the mouth of both these soldiers, and both of them become unconscious right there. Catherine gets very nervous, but Zhong tells Catherine they must have been traumatized. Catherine does not like Zhong's behavior. Don't act rashly, I will protect you. And Catherine thinks, the strength of this demon beast is tremendous. And it cannot be taken lightly. I have to fight using my best magic, one hit to decide the outcome. Catherine is now ready to attack. Water Spirit. Please answer my call. In the name of water. Fight against evil will and release the power of God. Come to your senses. Goblin. This is the profound magic that I learned after reading through the spell book. Catherine attacks the Goblin Chief, but the Goblin Chief is too powerful. He destroys Catherine's attack, and seeing this Catherine gets scared. It had no effect? How is that possible? This is at least the strength of a tier 3 demon beast. What should the Goblin Chief do when he moves forward to attack Catherine? Catherine forms a water barrier to avoid his attack, but the Goblin Chief's punch is very powerful, due to which Catherine's water barrier is broken. I used the water barrier to defend how I could suffer this heavy blow, damn it. I can't defeat it. According to the intelligence, there should have been only grade 1 demon beasts. How could this be? Tier 3 demon beasts generally have to be handled by sea-level hunters. 5 or 6 D-class will only be able to barely secure a win, but we only have those 2 E-rank knights who have passed out, and I have been seriously injured. Am I going to die here today? It's just that I feel sorry for that guy. Obviously, he's just an ordinary person without any psychic power, but because of my arrogance, we will die here together. The goblin chief attacks Catherine with a sword and Catherine closes her eyes. After a few moments, the smoke clears from that place, but Catherine is fine. She opens her eyes and thinks, am I not dead yet? And when she looks ahead, she gets shocked. Zhong is standing in front of him and has stopped the goblin chief's sword with his 2 fingers. Goblin chief is feeling scared, he is sweating, and Zhong is standing at that place very peacefully. Catherine is surprised to see this. How did he save me? And it only took 2 fingers to stop its attack. That is a tier 3 demon beast, you know? Zhong asks Catherine. Hello. Can you still move? So Catherine says, barely, I can barely. Hearing this, Zhong says, good now, please step back. If I make a move, I'm afraid it will affect you. Hearing this, Catherine says, no problem. How's this? Is this far enough? And Zhong says, yeah, that's fine. Hey, big guy. Have you ever been struck by lightning? Goblin chief gets scared after hearing Zhong's words, and Zhong summons lightning in the sky and attacks the goblin chief with heavenly lightning. And lightning strikes the goblin chief from the sky. Catherine can't believe it after seeing this. He can actually call upon the heavenly lightning? That's incredible. Is he trying to hide being a lightning magician? Zhong tells Catherine, I'm done, you can come out now. Catherine looks at the goblin chief. That bastard is really dead. To be able to kill a rank 3 demonic beast within seconds with just a single light strike. This magic is too terrifying. It's been years since Pharaoh City has such a talented magician like him. And only release it at the right moment. I once heard from Dad that powerful people usually hide their mana, so that they can output a lot of damage within a short time frame. Don't tell me he's that kind of a person. And now it's morning, and both the soldiers look ahead. Incredible. This is a rank 3 demonic beast. Did that guy really kill this bastard? I can't even sense an ounce of mana from him. I also don't know what's going on here. Catherine comes behind both of them and says, there's no need to speculate. If he did not make his move in time, all of us would be dead. He's our savior. Although I don't know what he is doing. It's definitely because his strength is too profound. Now both the soldiers go to Zhong, savior. I admit that the both of us were talking behind your back about you last night. I hope that you won't be offended. A lot of material will be obtained from this demonic beast. I wonder how you'll divide it. So Zhong says, I want all of them. Hearing this, both the soldiers say, what? Do you want all of them? Then what about us? What we said yesterday was our fault. But isn't this too much? So Zhong gives each of them a toenail of a rank 1 goblin, and both soldiers say, a goblin's toenail? So this is our split? Isn't this too little? I lost my arm for this mission. Savior, can you give us something more valuable? After listening to both of them, Zhong says, just be thankful. I also treated your injuries with my medicine. I've used my best spiritual medicines to treat your injuries already, without you guys paying me, you know. After a long period of meditation, this mysterious man sorted out the loot from last night. I've already split all of the demonic beast materials to you guys. If there's no more discord, then I'll be going then. Hearing this, Catherine says, you're just going to leave like this? So Zhong says, yeah. I still need to go to the village to collect my rewards. Catherine watches Zhong leaving sadly. And when Zhong is leaving, a soldier says, he actually took all of the valuable parts away. Isn't this guy too stingy? But the second soldier silences him and says he didn't take the most valuable part. Last night I felt that the demonic beast was kinda familiar. But it turns out it was the goblin chieftain on the bounty list of the Hunters Association. As long as we bring the body back to Pharaoh City, we will be able to exchange it for a ton of money. Zhong overhears both of them because he is a cultivator. What did you guys say? You said that thing. Can it be exchanged for money? Zhong's eyes now start shining with the light of money. After some time, now everyone comes to Pharaoh City, Demon Hunter Association in Pharaoh City. The corpse of a rank 3 demonic beast, a goblin chieftain, is worth 1,000 spirit stones. A royal goblin's two-handed sword is worth 150 spirit stones. The rest of the demonic beast's materials are 150 spirit stones. The total is 1,300 spirit stones. Here you go. Now Zhong is happy. Not bad, not bad. These spirit stones are the same as what I used a long time ago. Although the qualities are low, but with enough of them, it will still be useful for my cultivation. Zhong looked at those two soldiers. Here's 30 spirit stones. Take it and go recover your injuries. And both soldiers become happy. Now I don't owe you guys anything. Farewell. Catherine asks Zhong to stop and holds his hand, but Zhong gets a little angry, but Catherine shyly says, I still don't know your name. Can you tell me? So Zhong says, my name is Zhong Tianshun. And now it is night. And the name of this place is, an inn in Pharaoh City. Zhong is bathing in hot water, this thing that is hanging around the neck of the goblin chieftain, even after being struck by my lightning bolt, it's still unscathed. And there's even spiritual energy of cultivators meaning from it. This must be something valuable. I'll keep it for now. And when Zhong sleeps, the necklace starts glowing and something comes out of the necklace, which also has a tail, and a beautiful girl comes to that place. It's been 5,000 years. I'm finally out. She is a 9-tailed fox, Bai Qing. Bai Qing looks at Zhong sensually. Is he the one who awakened me? There's a lot of spiritual energy emanating from his body. I didn't expect to have such a lucky encounter. In that case, don't mind if I do. What's this sensation? It's amazing. It's wet, it's moist, it's soft. A constant flow of spiritual energy is flowing through my body from his lips. This feels so good. But then Zhong's eyes open. Who are you? Bai Qing shyly moves away from Zhong. You're awake? You're the one who awakened me. Don't you know? Hearing Bai Qing's words, Zhong says, so you're from the fox pattern jade pendant? And then Bai Qing thinks something. I was in such a hurry to replenish my spiritual energy just now that I didn't notice that he was so handsome. And his body is very attractive. Why don't I have a taste of him? Seeing the strange atmosphere, Zhong asks Bai Qing, this little fox, what are you playing at? Zhong feels something strange and two girls come in front of him. Is the master taking a bath alone? Does the master feel cold and lonely? Why don't you let us serve you in the bath? And accompany the master to relieve your boredom. Our skills are very good. We'll definitely satisfy our masters. Master's muscles are so firm my heart started skipping after learning on them. Master, can you feel it? Master's body temperature is increasing. There's no need to be so nervous, master. Why don't I use my body to massage your back to help you relax? Bai Qing is watching all this from a distance and thinking, if this man cannot resist my charm, who do I even look for to get some help? Now Zhong stands in front of Bai Qing without clothes and Bai Qing gets shocked seeing this. Wait. What's this dazzling and shiny light? Zhong asks Bai Qing, why do I feel so unrestricted? A very bright light emanates from a large part of Zhong's body. Seeing this, Bai Qing's nose bleeds profusely. And after some time, Zhong asks Bai Qing, if I'm not wrong, you're some kind of spirit, right? You're a fox inside the pendant, and skilled in bewitching people, right? So the Bai Qing explains, since you've already found out, then I won't hide it anymore. I'm the ancient spiritual treasure, heavenly fox pendant, and after thousands of years of cultivating, I gained my human form. But because of the influence of the demonic beast's aura, I fell into slumber. I thought I'll be sleeping forever, but who would have thought I'd meet you here? It's the spiritual energy in your body that awakened me. And as for the bewitching spell just now, it was just a test. I felt a lot of spiritual energy coming from you. So are you a cultivator? And Zhong says yes, to Bai Qing. And Bai Qing says, but as far as I know, there are no cultivators in this world anymore. 5,000 years ago there was a great battle between cultivators and demons called the Great War. After that battle, all sects of the cultivator went to ruin. And all cultivators were slaughtered. Because of the influence of the demonic beast's aura, the world has undergone a drastic change. All of the 8 mighty sects were destroyed. And so, the history of the cultivators are gradually forgotten in the river of time. And in turn, many different races begin to appear. Mermaids, elves, succubi, and many different unknown races also appeared to occupy a part of the land. And in the 5,000 years of when I was in slumber, I stopped sensing the existence of cultivators. As a cultivator, how did you survive for thousands of years and only appear here right now? But Zhong doesn't remember anything that happened in the past. I have no memories of them. So the Bai Qing says, you've lost your memories? I'm sorry. There's no need to be sad, the memories you've lost will surely come back someday. After listening to Bai Qing, Zhong says, I hope that's the case. You used your bewitching spell on me just now to charm me. Is it to test and see if I have strong spiritual energy or not? As a spiritual treasure, without the assistance of cultivators, you're unable to achieve a breakthrough? So the Bai Qing says yeah. It's not as simple as being unable to break through. In this world filled with the aura of a demonic beast, there's no way to replenish spiritual energy. I'll probably be gone sooner or later. I felt that there's a lot of spiritual energy coming out of you. Can I follow you? I have a very good perception. I can sense the presence of ancient treasures in a world surrounded by a demonic aura. I'll definitely be of use to you. Zhong easily agrees and Bai Qing says, so quick. Don't you want to think about it? I will need to suck your spiritual energy to cultivate, you know. Don't you want to add in some additional conditions? Like using my body to exchange for some spiritual energy. But Zhong says, there's no need. The amount of spiritual energy you need is nothing to me. And Bai Qing thinks it's incredible. He is telling the truth. And Zhong says, speaking of which, didn't you say that you could help me find ancient treasures? Next day, Zhong and Bai Qing are roaming in the city and Bai Qing asks, Zhong Tianshan? Your name is Zhong Tianshan? Zhong says yeah. Is there a problem? Thinking about something, Bai Qing says, it just sounds kinda familiar, I must have heard it somewhere before. And then Bai Qing feels something. Zhong asks, what happened? So the Bai Qing says, there. I strongly sense a treasure in that direction. And Zhong becomes happy after hearing this, nice. Then let's go have a look. When Bai Qing looks ahead, she sees a lot of people standing at one place. There seems to be some kind of celebration being held here. I can sense the treasure is right in front of us. Zhong is in a hurry, hurry up. Let's go too and join the fun. Zhong goes ahead and sees 2 soldiers guarding something in front. And Zhong thinks, the treasure little fox mentioned is That sword? Now everyone starts talking among themselves, according to the rules of previous years. The trial of the brave will be celebrated in a few days. I wonder, which youngster from the 4 great families will be able to pass the trial this time? Who knows? An old man says, even if someone passes the trial, will that make any difference? In all my years of life, I have never seen anyone pull out this sword. Bai Qing asks that old man, "Uncle, is this such an incredible sword?" So the old man tells, "Little girl, you must be a foreigner to ask something like this. This sword is known to everyone in the Pharaoh city. The sword of the brave is a sacred weapon handed down from ancient times. It's been around for thousands of years already. It's been deeply stuck in that boulder since it was discovered. Legend has it that only a truly brave and strong warrior can draw this sword. But for thousands of years, countless people have exhausted every possible method to pull out the sacred weapon. I'm afraid that this supposedly legendary brave man will never appear." Bai Qing asks Zhong. Zhong Tianshun. "What's wrong with you? Are you fascinated by it?" But Zhong remembers something and says, "This sword. I think I have seen it somewhere before. Back to the past. 5,000 years ago. This sword is the treasure of my forged sword valley. Capable of cutting hair with barely a touch, a weapon of an unparalleled sharpness. It has reached the pinnacle among swords. If it can meet a wise owner. This sword can even transform into an azure dragon sword spirit to protect the master. And taking in count all the land under the sky, except for you. No one is worthy to wield it." And Zhong says, "This is my sword. I never thought it would end up here after the great war between cultivators and demons." Bai Qing asks, "Is that really true?" So Zhong says, "I also remembered its name. This sword is called Ho Long." Zhong now goes towards the front, but the soldiers stop Zhong and say, "What kind of person dares to trespass this prohibited area? This is the sacred sword of Pharaoh City. Only specific individuals are allowed to approach it." And the Bai Qing says, "Didn't you say that only a truly brave and strong warrior can draw this sword? He is the person you are looking for." Both the soldiers laugh after listening to the Bai Qing. "No one has been able to pull this sword out for thousands of years. Who the hell do you think he is? You guys are out of your minds. Not everyone can pull out the holy sword. And people also say, if you want to draw the sword, you must first pass the trial of the brave to do so, and to participate in the trial, you need a recommendation sent by one of the 4 great families. There is no way these 2 are part of the 4 great families. It seems like they are about to get in trouble." Soldier asks, "Excuse me, Your Excellency, may I ask which family of Pharaoh City you are from? If you are not a member of one of the 4 great families, you are not qualified to participate in the trial. In that case, you won't blame me for not being polite, right?" After listening to the soldier, Zhong says, "So what if I'm not a member of the 4 great families? How will the 2 of you stop me?" Hearing Zhong's words, both the soldiers get ready to fight. "We'll have to block you out. But when someone comes to that place, give it a break. He is an honored guest of my Steve family. Who dares to be rude to him?" Both the soldiers get shocked after seeing Catherine. "We are so sorry. We didn't know he was your honored guest. Please, forgive us, Miss Catherine." And the public is also surprised. It's the Steve family's eldest daughter. How did that country bumpkin establish contacts with the Steves? Catherine says, "Zhong Tianshun. Do you want to try and draw the sacred sword?" Zhong replies to Catherine, "Exactly. But these guys won't let me." But Catherine says, according to the rules of Pharaoh City, only those who pass the trial of the brave are qualified to draw the sacred sword. I'm really sorry. It's a rule that's been passed down for centuries, a rule which I cannot possibly change. Listening to Catherine, Zhong says, "What a troublesome rule, that was originally my sword. Bai Qing whispers in Zhong's ear, in fact. There is no need to rush, the sword is yours, no one can take it away. On the contrary, this trial is a bit interesting, we might even be able to see other treasures. Let's just follow the locals' customs for this once. Catherine lovingly tells Zhong, I am a member of the 4 great families. The recommendation letter to participate in the trial of the brave, I can help you by writing it. But Zhong asks Bai Qing, the recommendation letter, do I have to pay for it? And Bai Qing refuses no. I don't need the money. Zhong says, then write one for her too. She's with me. And Catherine agrees, but she thinks, this girl is so beautiful and lovely. And she is also wearing the same style of clothes as Zhong Tianshan. They can't have that kind of relationship, right? And a few days later. Outside of Pharaoh City. The Ghost Valley. Zhong has reached this place, the strong scent of demon beast can be found everywhere around here, that's interesting. This is precisely the place where the trial of the brave will take place. Apart from Zhong, many other people have gathered in the Ghost Valley. But then someone says, it seems like all the participants of the trial have arrived. Then, I will announce the rules for this occasion's trial of the brave. This trial requires all participants to go deep into the Ghost's Valley. And this is a beautiful woman, a mid-rank priest from the Holy Cross Church, Mel, psychic power rank, B, tomorrow by 12 o'clock noon, whoever obtains and brings back here the demon cores passes the trial. Warriors are surprised to hear priest's words. What? There is even a grade 3 demon beast. It's too dangerous, we will die. There are only 3 demon cores, which means that 3 people at most can pass the trial. Isn't this requirement too harsh? And someone enters that place. And I thought the trial could be far more difficult. This kind of level for the Onassis family is not a problem at all. This person from Onassis family, Carl, psychic power rank, C, someone comes behind him, don't brag too soon. If this trial held every 3 years was so easy, there wouldn't be so few people participating. If you were to fail, you would only bring shame to your family. And this person from the DuPont family, Meyer, psychic power rank, C, seeing these two, everyone starts talking. The 2 most promising participants of this trial are Meyer and Carl. They are facing each other directly, this will be a good show. They are both geniuses, who will come out on top? The DuPont are one of the leading families in Pharaoh City. And being Spoon Meyer one of them, he must be stronger. In my opinion, Meyer will not only pass the trial, but he may even be able to pull out the sacred sword. Knight thinks, you heard them. I'm acknowledged as the strongest newcomer. You are not even close. And the assassin thinks, this idiot certainly is my biggest competitor. But don't be too proud. Obtaining the demon core is just the beginning. Only those who return here alive are considered to have truly passed the trial. When the assassin passes by Zhong, Zhong feels something, such a strong killing intent. This guy. I think Catherine mentioned him. Now Catherine tells Zhong, the Onassis are always fighting against us. Especially that Carl. He's cruel and ruthless. You must not confront him once you are inside the Ghost Valley, because he is extremely dangerous. Zhong replies, understood. I am very reliable. When the assassin sees Zhong and Catherine talking, he thinks, what's wrong with the Stephen family? I can't believe they sent such a guy to participate in the trial. I have already done my research on him, he is a normal human with 0 psychic power. I can just ignore him. This time, I want my name to be known throughout Pharaoh City. And now the trial begins. On hearing this, all the participants move towards the Ghost Valley very fast. As the assassin moves forward, the assassin senses something. I didn't expect this Ghost Valley to have different crossroads. Interesting. This road on the left is full of thorns. The second road has a faint demonic energy overflowing, which resembles a bit like a high-grade demon beast. On the contrary, the two roads to the right seem better. Especially the last one, which has a dim light coming through. Okay, I shall take this one. According to the angle of the air currents, there is a gentle breeze coming from the third road. That means this route is clear. This must be the correct direction. And now soldier talk. The first road, although walking through thorns is difficult, fighting a demon beast is equally arduous, so the first road is also the safest path. Catherine, why would you recommend someone with zero psychic power to take part in the trial? I am quite curious. Priest says to Catherine, letting ordinary people enter the trial is no different from sending them to a certain death. Aren't you afraid of ruining your family's renown by choosing him? Catherine replies to Priest, you are mistaken. I'm not doing this for the family, it's just that I want to fulfill his wish. Also, Zhong Tianshun, he's not an ordinary human. His strength is unfathomable. I am sure that he will complete the trial. Because he is the most reliable person I have ever met. Priest is surprised to hear this, the most reliable person. After some time, Zhong and Bai Qing. Both are confused as to which way to go inside. Bai Qing says, based on what Catherine said, Ghost Valley is divided into several areas. Right now there are so many crossroads, which one should we take? Zhong thinks for a while, wherever this branch falls, we will go in that direction. Bai Qing gets shocked after hearing Zhong's words. Are you serious? This is the method you thought about? Zhong says, that's right. This method is very reliable. Zhong uses his method and decides which path to take. Good. Let's go this way. But Bai Qing gets a little scared. This road seems a bit eerie. Zhong and Bai Qing are walking on that path, but Bai Qing is a little scared. Did you hear anything? But Zhong does tell no to Bai Qing, but my instincts are telling me there's something terrible here. There is an evil energy here that's weighing on my chest and won't let me breathe. Zhong thinks, that's because you are pushing your breasts too tightly against me, right? As soon as both of them go ahead, the voice becomes louder. Bai Qing looks ahead and sees something in front. Zhong Tianshun, look. What is that? A girl in such darkness, at a deserted place, in strange circumstances, her clothes are torn, she is flying in the air and her buttocks are as big as watermelons. What a scene! On this beautiful moonlit night, a strange girl is standing in front. Seeing this, Bai Qing gets scared, but Zhong is not scared. He goes towards the front, but Bai Qing tells Zhong, wait a minute. Why are you going over there? This is the Ghost Valley, she must be a female ghost blocking our path. But Zhong says, female ghost? How is that even possible? This is clearly a girl lost in the road. And Zhong says hello to the female ghost, and the female ghost also says hello to Zhong smilingly. And she shows her beautiful face to Zhong, but Zhong gets jealous after seeing her beautiful face. That's why Zhong hits the female ghost's face with his fist. So that the female ghost falls on the ground and her pride is shattered. It means the end. And Zhong says, it really was a female ghost. And Bai Qing says, it seems like the demon beasts here are female ghosts. Why do we have to take the most horrible route? Zhong tells Bai Qing, female ghosts are the best option. Come help me undress her. Bai Qing gets shocked after hearing Zhong's words and thinks, undress her? Actually, if you look closely, you will find that this girl's figure is amazing. Those curves are perfect. By taking her clothes off, he can't be thinking. Using this chance while the body it's still hot. And then Zhong tells Bai Qing, I'm ready. On hearing this, Bai Qing starts feeling shy, so fast. And Zhong says, this dress is made of satin. Although a little worn out, but if the amount is large enough, it can be sold at a very good price. And we can search for some other stuff in her body. And now Bai Qing understands, so this was your initial idea. Zhong tells Bai Qing, let's keep going. I hope there are many more female ghosts ahead. And Bai Qing is also ready, okay. I'll do whatever you say. Now Zhong and Bai Qing are searching for their second target from behind the tree, and they also find a new target. Zhong goes to the female ghost and says hello to him and shows his cute face. Seeing this, the female ghost becomes very happy and falls on the ground in doggy style. And seeing this thing, Zhong becomes very happy. And now, on this night, the nightmare of the Ghost Valley. Everywhere Zhong Tianshan and Bai Qing went, all the female ghosts became naked ghosts. And after some time, the participants are going inside the forest and they say, why is this place called Ghost Valley? Could it be that it's really haunted by spirits? This place is full of unhealthy energy. People used to disappear here, and it's unknown what those missing people experienced. By the time they were found, they could no longer be called humans. They became savages who devoured raw meat and had extraordinary strength. Also, they only appeared at night. If it isn't a ghost, then what else? As soon as these people move forward, a hand comes out of the ground and a beast appears in front of them. Many beasts come to that place. The participants get very scared after seeing them. Did these demon beasts hide underground to avoid the thorns? I miscalculated. Aren't they those missing people you were talking about? There are too many. We can't win against those numbers. And a beast attacks them. And there is a screaming sound at that place and blood spreads all around. Some time later, Zhong and Bai Qing are passing through the forest on a moonlit night, and Bai Qing thinks, although he is relatively stingy and acts in a reckless way. But on the contrary, being by his side, he transmits a sense of security. Even in such a chilling forest. I don't feel scared anymore. And then suddenly, another beautiful female ghost appears in front of them, who is flying in the air, and she says, it's amazing. There is anyone capable of getting deep into the heart of the Ghost Valley. Truly unusual. Are all those baby ghosts at the entrance lazy? And this is a female ghost, grade 3 demon beast, evil phantom maid. And further says, but take a look at the frail appearance of both of you. It seems like it won't be enough to fill my stomach. Hearing her, Zhong throws the bag and says, whether I can fill your stomach or not, I don't know. However, you definitely won't keep your clothes for long. This female ghost gets confused after listening to Zhong. What is going to happen with this female ghost? And what is Zhong going to do with this female ghost? Second part starts and the female ghost says, you said that I won't keep my clothes? What do you mean by that? After listening to the female ghost, Zhong says to her, literally what you've just heard, you don't even understand that? Female ghost gets a little angry after listening to Zhong, a mere human like you, actually dares to make fun of me over and over again. You must be tired of living. The female ghost is now ready to attack Zhong, tearing them to shreds. Scarlet predators. And Zhong is also ready to fight. You want to beat me with just these few bats? You're underestimating me far too much. Even before Zhong can attack, a dull blue foxfire comes from behind him. She attacks that female ghost. And with that attack all the bats are killed. And the female ghost gets a little surprised. So you were a magician from the beginning. To be capable of burning down my scarlet predators, seems like you got some strength. And that attack was made by Bai Qing. I didn't expect that after sleeping for so many years, my control over the foxfire didn't become rusty at all, and Zhong says to Bai Qing, I am unable to tell with just a glance that you are still pretty cool. Hearing Zhong's words, Bai Qing says shyly, it's just a little trick. Now Zhong says to the girl, do you want me to leave the ghost for you? And the Bai Qing also says, better leave it to you. I'll just help by getting rid of the bats. Hearing the conversation of both of them, the female ghost gets very angry and she thinks, are these two out of their minds? They have the guts to ignore me. I'm one of the fiercest demon beasts here. And Zhong quickly moves towards the female ghost. Since the little fox won't take part in the fight, then I won't be polite. And the female ghost gets scared seeing Zhong coming towards her. This guy is really fast. And Zhong tried to grab that girl's breast, he targeted my chest. And the female ghost steps back and says, "What's going on with you? Are you some kind of odd pervert? Why did you touch my breasts? I'm a ghost." Zhong tells that female ghost, "Don't get me wrong. I am not targeting your breasts, it's just that your clothes look like they're worth a lot of money. So before hitting you, I have to help you by taking off your dress. Against this world's martial arts, nothing is unbreakable." Zhong attacks a female ghost using peerless speed, and Bai Qing is shocked to see the speed at which his hands are moving. So dominant. I can't even keep up with my eyes. And the female ghost starts screaming. She asks Zhong to stop. But Zhong doesn't stop. And a few moments later, the female ghost's clothes are flying in the air. And the girl has disappeared from that place. That means the end. A demon core appears in front of Zhong, seeing which Bai Qing says to Zhong, "This is the demon core, with it you can pass the trial. I can't believe it's on this female ghost's body." Zhong gets happy, "That's great. 2 birds with 1 stone." And the Bai Qing says, "Now that you've got the core, you have fulfilled the qualifications to draw your sword. Let's return the way we came." But Zhong says, "No need to hurry, we still have a lot of time. There are many more demon beasts in the Ghost Valley, not a single one can be spared." Meanwhile, on the other side of the Ghost Valley, another fierce battle was taking place. And the knight has killed a big beast. I got a demon core from the grade 3 demon beast. For someone like me, Meyer, a task of this level is no problem. Then an assassin comes to that place and says, "I didn't expect you to have defeated the grade 3 demon beast, and to have gotten the demon core of the trial. Meyer, you are a lucky man." The knight is surprised to see the assassin, "Carl. What are you following me for? Do you want to kill me and seize the treasure?" But the assassin doesn't pay attention to him. "Seize the treasure? I don't need to." And the knight asks the assassin, "So you also get a magic core? Since you didn't come to rob me, then you want to get rid of me." Knight is now ready to fight, but the assassin gives a creepy smile after seeing the knight. And the knight says, "You want to kill me, but are you skillful enough to do so?" Then the assassin says, "We won't know until we give it a try." Now the knight moves forward to attack the assassin. "You are courting death." But the assassin stops his attack. And they both come back, and the knight says, "I'm surprised that you can equally match me in a fight. You've gotten stronger. Still, the psychic power of both of us is C rank, you alone can't defeat me." And the assassin says, "As expected, you truly are a fool. What makes you think that I am here alone?" And then someone shoots an arrow at the knight from behind, which hits the knight in the neck. And the knight thinks, "I am done. This is a poisoned arrow." And someone comes to the knight. "Meyer, I didn't expect you'd make it this far." And the knight says, "It was you. You teamed up with Carl to get rid of me?" Then the boy says, "A wise man submits to circumstances." The Onassis family, represented by Carl, grows in strength with each passing day in Pharaoh City. The only thing I have to do is cooperate with him, and I will receive a demon core. And this person from Walton family, Johann, psychic power rank D, and the knight says to both of them, "You two scumbags. Do you know the consequences of offending my DuPont family?" But the assassin places his dagger on the knight's neck, and tells him, "Whatever happens inside the Ghost Valley, no one outside will ever know." And kills the assassin knight. "Stupid. You've been fighting with me for so many years, at last, you have died by my sword. Now you can't be arrogant anymore." Johann says to the assassin, "Young Master Carr, I already helped you to kill him. According to the agreement, Meyer's demon core should be mine, right? And the assassin says, yes, I did promise such a thing, but I think I also said, whatever you do inside the Ghost Valley, no one outside will ever know. And after listening to the assassin, Johann becomes nervous. What does that mean? You don't mean to kill me to prevent Meyer's death being known. And before Johann can understand anything, the assassin kills him with a dagger. I've killed the biggest opponent. How is it possible that I would let a guy that has information against me alive? And then suddenly the assassin hears someone's breathing. That breath is very dangerous. Feeling that breath, the assassin thinks, what a powerful demon beast's breath. Those grade 3 demon beasts just now cannot be compared to it. What the hell is going on here? And Catherine and Priest also feel that powerful breath. And Catherine asks Priest, Senior Mel, can you feel that? And the priest says, yes. This is not one of the demon beasts that the church has prepared for the trial. It should be another demon beast who broke into the testing ground. This breath is very powerful. It should be a grade 4 demon beast, or even higher. To defeat a grade 4 demon beast, you need 3 or more B-rank hunters, in the current situation. I have no choice but to end the trial in advance. And Catherine starts worrying about Zhong Tianshun. You must be safe and sound. A strange creature is sitting on the tower in full moon night. And we see the face of that demon. Grade 4 demon beast, Gargoyle. And also Zhong and Gargoyle are looking at both, and Bai Qing says, this demon beast is not quite the same as the previous one, let's make a devour before it finds us. Zhong says, I don't want to. You must be honest to make a living. We said we would kill all the demon beasts in the Valley of Ghosts. So we can't spare any of them. And now the Gargoyle says, humans? And you didn't run away the moment you saw me. Such idiots are not really common these days. Is it because your psychic power is too low, and you can't even feel terrified by me? And Zhong laughs and says, what nonsense are you talking about? Zhong Tianshuan's perspective is this demon core. What kind of person runs away the moment they see money? And Gargoyle gets confused after listening to Zhong, money? What do you mean by that? Zhong moves directly towards the Gargoyle and lands a punch. This is what I mean. Zhong's punch was very powerful, due to which the Gargoyle fell very far, and the Gargoyle thought, what's going on with that guy? I clearly couldn't feel even an ounce of psychic power coming from him. But he still managed to throw such a powerful punch. This is outrageous. How on earth did he do it? I understand. He must have known his lack of talent for psychic power, so he ended up finding another path to develop his own flesh to the human limits, and that's why he can throw such a strong punch. Although his physique has yet to reach that level, there is no other explanation. And Zhong says, enduring my hit without losing consciousness. You're quite resistant to beatings. And Gargoyle gets angry after listening to Zhong, you are a mere human who thinks too highly of his own abilities. I already comprehend everything about your skills, take a look at my absolute defense. Gargoyle form. And the Gargoyle thinks. In this form, my whole body is enveloped by an extremely resistant. If I were to receive another of those punches, his hand bones would shatter. This guy's already in a helpless situation. But Zhong Gargoyle gets a punch again. And his defense breaks. And seeing this, Gargoyle thinks, what's he up to? Attacking without even thinking twice? This is not like the humans I've met before. And the Gargoyle falls very far. And Bai Qing asks Zhong Tianshun. Are you hurt? And Zhong says, no big deal. This thing's head is pretty sturdy, my hand feels a little bit numb. You also brought my bag. And the Bai Qing says, these are our spoils from this trip, of course I can't forget them. But then something starts flowing in the air and the Bai Qing is surprised to see it, demonic energy. This demonic energy all over the place is gathering in that demon beast's direction. This breath is no trivial matter, you must be careful. And Zhong says, understood. Don't break anything inside the bag during the fight that's about to break out, I still have to return and sell it. And now Gargoyle stands up, you truly are an uncommon fellow, this is the first time I've met someone like you. But also thanks to you. Tame done with the warm-up, the last time I was so excited was ages ago. The consequences of provoking me are too much for you to bear. And now the gargoyle is ready to fight, accept your death. Dark invasion. And with Gargoyle's dark invasion, poison spreads in the air. And Zhong says, this gargoyle's dark breath is toxic. And Gargoyle tells Zhong, my dark breath not only has the effect of frightening and repelling enemies. During combat, it can also exert a poisoned state, you both are already done for. At the same time, the Ghost Valley's entrance. All the trial's participants were recalled urgently because of the intrusion of the Grade 4 demon beast. And Priest tells all the participants. Looks like the situation hasn't gone out of hand, the participants we could recall are all almost safe and sound. And Catherine asks the priest about that. There are 2 more people who are not back yet. Zhong Tianshun and Bai Qing. And now Gargoyle tells Zhong, my demonic energy has scattered through the valley, in a short time, everything in this valley will be infected by the toxins in the demonic energy. You've got no way out. And Zhong asks Bai Qing, little fox. Are you still scared? So Bai Qing says, I was a bit scared at first, but now that I'm by your side, I don't fear anything. Zhong becomes happy after hearing Bai Qing's words, and uses his power to create a barrier around Bai Qing. This is my golden pearl of protection. It creates a shield that keeps you safe from poisonous gases. And the Bai Qing says, if you have this kind of protection, why don't you use it on yourself instead? What is your plan by giving it to me? But Zhong said to Bai Qing, didn't you promise to protect my package? If the stuff in the bag is contaminated with toxins, I will have no chance of selling it. Hearing Zhong's words, Bai Qing thinks, Zhong Tianshun, you really do value money over your life. And Zhong smilingly thinks, the toxicity of this poison is gradually accumulating over time, I just need one move to kill it, then immediately cast a clear mind spell to get rid of the poison. And Gargoyle says to Zhong, you're already in trouble and still thinking about taking care of others? Do you think you can carry the poison and fight me at the same time? But Zhong says, you know nothing. And Zhong uses a spell, elf spirits, deceased soldiers, 7 dwelling stars to the light. 7 dwelling stars to the right. And looking at Zhong, Gargoyle thinks, what is this guy gesticulating? And he's also mumbling non-stop. Has he gone crazy because of my demonic energy? And the Bai Qing also thinks, I think I've heard this spell somewhere before. It seems to be the treasure of the Xiantian sect in ancient times. The Law of 5 Thunders. It is said that those who can obtain this magic can drive away thunder and lightning as well as pray for rain and sunshine. To control and subjugate demons, to avoid locusts and plagues, to refine spirits, I never thought Zhong Tianshun would be able to use such a powerful technique. And Zhong continues reciting the spell, those who defy me die, those who obey me live, Xian Nu, urges as a command. And Zhong is now ready to attack the Law of 5 Thunders, Thunder, Slayer of Evil. And now Gargoyle says to Zhong, magic? You can use magic without having psychic power? Humans are full of surprises. But can such a small magic sphere be of any use? I will let you experience a bit of the true meaning of magic. And the Gargoyle is also ready to attack, arcane magic, Orb of Darkness. And Gargoyle attacks Zhong, but Zhong is also ready, you are as ignorant as immature. This thing isn't magic. It's an immortal Taoist's art. And Zhong's attack is going directly towards Gargoyle and Gargoyle thinks it's impossible. Absolutely impossible. He pierced my orb of darkness. Am I going to lose? The master has ordered me to never let anyone disturb her. My mission is not yet complete. And a huge blast occurs at that place. Seeing that Bai Qing thinks, it is obviously just a small sphere of electricity, but it can explode with such amazing power. So this is the law of 5 thunders, truly hard to believe. And that blast is visible from a distance, which priest also sees and thinks, this formidable power is so strong that the whole Ghost Valley trembled. It's basically like an earthquake. Was this done by that demon beast? It seems I misjudged our situation before. This explosion has long exceeded the standard of a grade 4 demon beast, it's even higher than a grade 5 one. Having reached this stage, the last option I have left is to ask the Holy Cross for help. The only way to do this is to bring S-ranked or higher experts. Only then will it be possible to solve this demon beast's matter. This night, the whole Ghost Valley was razed to the ground by Zhong Tianshan. And now Gargoyle is dead and Zhong says, it seems like I went a bit overboard. I basically burnt him. I'm afraid the poor condition will affect the price. However, it's okay. This demon core is still intact. And Bai Qing says, Zhong Tianshan. You're still poisoned. How are you feeling? And Zhong says to Bai Qing, pay it no mind. I'm not deeply poisoned by this kind of toxin, I just need to calm down and meditate for a while, getting rid of it in minutes. And Bai Qing tells Zhong, actually, there is no need for such trouble. Zhong does not understand, what do you mean? Is there another way? And Bai Qing kisses Zhong. Zhong realizes something, the fox is helping me to suck out the toxins from my body. And the Bai Qing says, finally, it's done. And Zhong says, I could have gotten rid of the poison by myself, you sucked the poison out of my body, now I cannot save you. And Bai Qing says, don't worry, I won't die. I am now your spirit. I am supposed to help you share your pain and suffering, although I am poisoned, as long as I have your spiritual power injured. And Zhong says, that's okay. If you feel well then I don't mind. And the Bai Qing says, now that I remember, Zhong Tianshan, since you are an immortal, have you ever heard of the Xiantian sect? And Zhong says, Xiantian sect? Never heard of them. Why do you ask this? And the Bai Qing says smilingly, for no reason. The trial's time is about to end, let's go back. At the other side of the Ghost Valley, everyone is on standby, waiting for that terrifying demon beast to appear. And Priest is thinking, the Ghost Valley is a long way from Pharaoh City, and the reinforcements of the Holy Cross Church will take some time. Before the S-rank expert arrives, I must defend the Ghost Valley's entrance at any cost. I will stop that even if I have to put my life on the line. I can't let that demon beast come out and wreak havoc in Pharaoh City. And then when someone comes from the front, Priest says, it's here. Everyone prepare for battle. But when everyone looks ahead, Zhong has brought a gargoyle on his shoulder. What's happening here? You all came here to greet me? And the Bai Qing says, it looks like we didn't run out of time. You will probably pass the trial of the brave with flying colors. Everyone gets shocked seeing Bai Qing and Zhong, the demon beast we were waiting for is the one he is carrying? Did he defeat it? That common human with zero psychic power, how did he do it? And Priest thinks, judging from the aura of the corpse, it was indeed the grade 4 demon beast that had mistakenly entered the Ghost Valley. But what about the big explosion? I clearly felt the terrifying aura of something more powerful than a grade 4 demon beast. Could it be that? Is it his doing? This man in front of me has been hiding his psychic power all the time. In fact, his power is already unfathomable. And Catherine says, that's great. I knew you guys would come back safe and sound. And Assassin is very shocked to see Zhong. Even I, the strongest newcomer, I'm afraid of that terrible demon beast. Why did it die at the hands of that little scumbag? Something that nobody knows must have happened in the Ghost Valley. That should be what led to the death of that demon beast. That scumbag must have just gotten lucky and picked up the prize. Damn him. Now Zhong throws a gargoyle on the ground and places his foot on it and says, "Are there any demon beast hunters here? Come over here and let me see how much money I can get for this thing." And the Bai Ching says, "Also these. All of the clothes from the spirits in the Ghost Valley are here. Let's make an estimated value." Priest is surprised to hear Bai Ching's words and Zhong asks Priest, "What's wrong? We are not allowed?" And the priest says, "You are. How do you want to sell all this?" And Priest thinks they have already beaten the grade 4 demon beast. I can't believe they still were in the mood to scavenge the materials of the underlings. What kind of people are you two? Shortly after Zhong Tianshan and Bai Qing left. Deep in the Ghost Valley, another uninvited guest has appeared. I can't believe someone killed my mount. Do I have to go back walking by myself? Pharaoh City's newcomers are already so skilled. It's so annoying. This smell has a kind of long-lost feeling, it's spiritual energy. This is the trace of an immortal's battle. After the turmoil and trial of the brave has ended, Zhong Tianshan and Bai Qing sold the corpses of the ranked 4 demon beasts and demon beast items. After that, they all returned to the Sacred Sword Square. And Priest says, although the trial of the brave had a little twist and turn in the end, it ended without any danger. There were 2 people who got the demon core and passed the trial. Master Carl of the Onassis family got 2 ranked 3 demon cores. Zhong Tianshan, recommended by Steve's family, got a ranked 3 demon core. And a ranked 4 demon beast demon core that snuck into the trial field. And the assassin thinks, the ranked 4 demon beast is not even in the scope of the trial. According to the rules of the trial, I am first. How dare this scumbag steal my limelight? And Zhong says to the assassin, "What are you looking at? Haven't you ever seen ear picking?" Then the priest says, "Since you have passed the trial, you are qualified to draw the sword. Next is the sacred sword ceremony. Which one of you will go first?" After listening to priest, the assassin says, "I'll do it. I am the most outstanding descendant among the 4 major families. If there's anyone who has the best chance of pulling out the sacred sword, that would be me." And the assassin tries to lift the sword with all his power, but he is unable to do so and gets tired and loses. No way. It's impossible to pull it out. It seems that the hero's sword is just a legend after all. If I can't do it, then no one else can. And seeing that everyone starts leaving that place, it seems that this year's sacred sword ceremony is nothing special. Let's go. Master Carl has failed, there's nothing more to see. Maybe someone will pull it out next year. Catherine and Bai Qing see them leaving and say, "Carl is not the only one who passed the trial of the brave." That's right. Zhong Tianshan hasn't taken his turn yet. And Zhong says, "Don't worry about them. I'm just going to retrieve my own stuff." And the assassin thinks, what does that scumbag mean? It's like the sword is already in his possession. What a pain in the ass. And the priest also thinks, Zhong Tianshan, what kind of mystery is hidden in your body? And now Zhong reaches to pick up the sword. Zhong looks at the sword carefully and then he hears a voice, "You're finally here." Hearing that voice, Zhong thinks, it's talking to me. And Ho Long says, "It's been years, I've been waiting for you here. Do you still remember our glorious years? With my inertial drift. We fought side by side in the world's sects and got out 7 times. At the end, we sat together at the waterfall in the back of the mountain and you cultivate and I pretended." And Zhong thinks, I have a bad feeling. This sword seems to be very exciting. Is it because he has been too lonely for the past 5,000 years? I'd better not worry about that. I'll take you home right now. And now Zhong starts picking up that sword and a very bright light comes out from that sword, seeing which everyone gets surprised and Zhong takes out the sword very easily. And seeing this everyone gets very shocked, the holy sword was pulled out. That's the hero's sword that no one has been able to master for thousands of years. Unexpectedly, it was pulled out by that kid. Who the hell is he? And the dragon comes out of that sword and says, "Finally, I'm out of that stupid rock. Shun shun. How does it feel to secure my magnificent figure again? And this sword is ancient artifact Yulong sword little azure dragon form. I guess you will be moved to tears. Why aren't you saying anything? Are you shocked by my appearance? Or are you immersed in the glorious years just talked about and unable to extricate yourself?" But Zhong says, "That's because I don't remember any of the stuff you told me. Is that how narcissistic you used to be? And don't you ever call me that again." And when people see the true form of the sword, they are very surprised. The holy sword has become a magical creature that has never been seen before. The holy sword and that guy were chatting very well. The holy sword was scolded by that guy. And Ho Long says, "I see. You have forgotten the past. But it's a good thing. After all, it's a miracle that you survived that battle. But even though you've lost your memory, you still managed to find me. This just shows that even after thousands of years have passed, my brilliance cannot be hidden. You are attracted by this sample drama, right?" And Zhong says to Ho Long, "You'd better change back to the way you were." And Ho Long listens to Zhong and says, "Huh. Is it because the dragon sword form is more handsome?" And Catherine thinks, "Although I don't know why the holy sword changed into that shape. But he did pull out the holy sword. I'll be the first to congratulate him." Then she says to Zhong, "Congratulations Zhong Tianshun. I always believed that you could do it. Now you are the worthy hero of Pharaoh City." And Zhong says, "Catherine, I have to thank you for writing me a recommendation letter." And hearing this Catherine says, "It's no big deal, it's all I should do for you. And I'm so happy. I was actually thanked by Zhong Tianshun." And suddenly someone moves fast in front of Catherine. Catherine can only see her tail, then Bai Qing hugs Zhong, "You can really manipulate such a top-notch artifact. You really are no ordinary person. Zhong Tianshun." And seeing this Catherine gets very shocked. And the Bai Qing says, "Following you is indeed the right choice. You're so amazing." And Zhong says, "I can't breathe. I'm almost out of breath. Do you want to suffocate me?" And Catherine thinks, "How did this happen? Is this because I'm too shy? If I can be a little more proactive, will I be the one hugging Zhongtian?" And priest comes to that place and says, "The legend is real. This is amazing. To think the sacred sword can actually transform. I have become the host for the sacred sword ceremony for a few years. It is my honor to witness the sword receiving an owner. Zhongtian. May I take a closer look at the sacred sword?" And Zhong says, "You can take a look, but don't break it. It's very you can't pay for it." After hearing this the Bai Qing thinks, "You didn't spend any penny for the sword at all." And Zhong says, "It's a little heavy, be careful." And the priest says, "Don't worry. I'm just taking a look." But priest finds the sword too heavy and it falls on the ground, and Zhong says, "See, I told you to be careful." And Bai Qing thinks, this isn't about being careful. And Zhong says, "I gave you the sword, but you can't hold it. It's not my fault." But priest says, "I understand. Looks like the sacred sword has recognized you as its owner. Even if you pull it out, no one else can hold it." And the Bai Qing thinks, "Your long sword is a high-tier treasure from primordial times. Only cultivators with spiritual energy can harness it. You're not a cultivator. Of course you cannot hold it. Not just your long sword. There should be a lot of treasures left from the Great War, hidden in corners around the world. Of those in the world who can use these treasures, Zhong Tian is the only one left. And Zhong says, the blade seems to have been dirted. Why don't you recommend me for some cleaning fees? I'll let you off if you do so. And hearing this, priest says, cleaning fees? Did you lend me the sword just to knock some money out from me? And then someone comes to that place and says, I heard the candidate recommended by Catherine has pulled out the sword, an impressive achievement for such a young age. This person is Steve's family head sis. We have prepared a feast for the occasion. Will our hero attend it? Zhong says, who the hell are you? Why should I eat with you? And then Bai Qing says, he's the family head of one of the 4 leading families, Steve's family. Catherine's father. You brought them great honor by pulling out the sacred sword. He personally invites you as a sign of gratitude. You cannot be so rude. And Zhong thinks, sounds like a lot of potential. I can get a lot of money by attending this dinner. But Catherine has been sulking in the corner since just now. And Catherine is thinking, Catherine, you're such a failure. Zhong Tianshan was right in front of you, yet you couldn't seize him. But Zhong says to Catherine, what are you doing? Your dad invited me for dinner. And Catherine thinks he's close. I can feel his breath. My heartbeat is speeding up. What if he heard it? This is so embarrassing. And Catherine says to Zhong, wait. What did you say? You're having dinner at my house? Are really? And Zhong says, yup. You're acting weird today. And Catherine says, no. That's just you. After listening to both of them, Catherine's father thinks, as expected, as the hero who pulled out the sacred sword. He acts so differently from the norm. And after a while, Steve Manor. And Bai Qing says, this is your house. Looks grand. Then Catherine says, if the 2 of you don't mind, why don't you stay at my house? We'll provide meals for free. And Zhong says, bro. You look like you're not low on money. I pulled out the sword for your family already, mind showing some gratitude? Then Catherine's father says, do you not have enough spirit stones? I will have my butler prepare them for you, however much you want. And Zhong says, not bad at all. You're pretty smart. And Catherine's father says, you are the hero of Pharaoh City, I should provide you support. And Bai Qing thinks, he straight up asked for money. He's not subtle at all. After this everyone comes inside and Catherine's father says, does our dishes not suit your taste? And Zhong says, you guys can eat, don't mind me. As long as I have money in my pocket, I never felt thirst or hunger, I don't know why myself. And the Bai Qing thinks so this is big. Legend has it, powerful cultivators can live without food or water, simply cultivating with spiritual energy. So he's already at that level, and he simply lost his memory. He himself doesn't know the reason behind everything. A few minutes later. And Ho Long says, I'm full. Hearing this, Zhong says, when did you come out? And Ho Long adds, I followed the smell, since I haven't eaten for 5,000 years. Seeing this, Catherine's father thinks, so this is the sacred sword's true form, it's incredible. It's amazing looking closely. And Catherine says, right, Zhong Tianshan. You didn't sell the demon core you took from Ghost Valley, right? And Zhong says, no. It's pretty rare, so I wasn't quick to sell it. What are demon cores used for? And Catherine says, demon cores are precious materials only found on high-tier monsters. They are rare, but the demand for them is high. Their biggest use is to enhance equipment. By adding a demon core when forging armor or weapons, it will greatly increase their quality. Because of its addition, it will also work better against monsters. The Monster Hunter Association has been actively purchasing demon cores. The grade 4 demon core in your hand is enough to buy a decent house in Pharaoh City. And Zhong thinks, amazing. A small stone like this is enough to buy a house. I'm rich. And then Ho Long feels hungry and says, this is a demon core. It's a little hard, but the butler taste is mediocre. Do you have more, Shunzhun? I want them. Shunzhun aura changed. And Zhong says, did you just eat at my house? Traitorous dragon. And Ho Long says, simply ate 2 demon cores, is there a problem? But Zhong gets an angry, traitorous dragon. The demon core is my house. Give me back my home. It took me a lot of effort to pull it out from the demon's head. But Catherine's father says, Lord Hero, stop. If you killed the sacred sword of Pharaoh City, I cannot explain it to the public, it ate your demon core, I shall recommend you a mansion. What do you think? And Zhong says, you said it yourself. Don't try to get out of it. And Ho Long says, Shunzhun, I can feel a powerful energy bursting out inside me. It seems that I have become stronger because of the demon core. And Zhong says, really? You're not making up an excuse now. Right? And the Bai Qing says, that sounds possible, since the dragon is still a weapon in the end. And Catherine says, yes. The demon core enhancement effect worked on it. And then someone comes to that place, Master. Young lady. The gifts the other 3 leading family and Holy Cross Church presented to our hero, do you wish to carry them in and let the hero take a look? This is Steve's family butler herder. Zhong becomes happy hearing this, gifts? For me? Carry them inside. All of them. The Walton family gifted the Lord Hero 30,000 spirit stones. And a deed to a mansion located in Pharaoh City's prime location. As expected of the 4 families. How generous of them. I'll take these 30,000 spirit stones. But your master has agreed to give me a mansion. So I don't need the deed. Sell it and give me the money. The DuPont family has been gifted a set of Holy Knight armors. This armor is forged with gold and indestructible. Not even the fiercest of monsters can pierce its defense. This armor is too heavy, I'm not used to it. Sell it and give me the money. And the butler says, the gift the Onassis family presented to the Lord Hero is T3 sexy maids. And Zhong asks, sexy? How sexy? And girls come to that place, Lord Hero. We have fallen for your handsome visage and you are pulling the sacred sword. It is an honor to see you so closely. Would you please let us stay by your side and serve you? We will do anything as you command. With our service, you will feel very comfortable. And Catherine thinks, they are too outgoing. They don't look like normal maids. The Onassis family actually gave a gift like this, how shameless. And Zhong says, the 3 of you are truly irresistible beauties. And the girls say, of course. The Lord Hero deserves the very best. And Zhong asks, will you do anything I ask? And the girl says, even. That kind of request is fine. And Zhong asks, you heard it, old man. Sell them for money as well. The squinted-eye bitch was trying to seduce me. I can't fall for it. After listening to Zhong, the girls say, we are rejected? In all my years of working, this is the first time since I was refunded. I never thought the hero's will was so strong. I feel like he purely wants to get more money. And at that place priest comes, finally is the gift by the Holy Cross Church. Mid-rank priest Mel. She presents to the Lord Hero a medal of knighthood. Zhong Tianshun, as the first man to pull the sacred sword in thousands of years, the Holy Cross Church decided to award you a medal of knighthood. To praise your contribution to Pharaoh City. And Zhong asks, this metal looks expensive, can I exchange it for cash? And priest says, the metal of knighthood is a symbol of power and position, it represents unparalleled honor. You cannot measure it with money. This metal represents the church's recognition of you. With it, you can command every church member to drink as you like. And Zhong says, all right, I'll keep it for now. And the priest says, other than presenting the medal, I have something I would like to ask of you. And Zhong says, just say it, hurry up. And priest says, it might sound impolite, but I have to do this. Can I touch you? Catherine and Bai Qing are surprised to hear this, touch Zhong Tianshan. What is the meaning of this? This Mel chick is pretty daring. And Zhong says, you want to get a feel of me? And the priest says, no. Don't misunderstand. The magic I practiced is adept in sensing all kinds of powers. I should be able to feel something, even if it's something beyond mental strength. It is abnormal that you pulled out the sacred sword despite not having any mental strength. So that's why, if you don't mind, I would like to test the enormous power within you. And Bai Qing says, is she really measuring his powers? I don't know. And Zhong says, are you finished? I'll have to collect fees if you want to keep touching me. And the priest says, please wait a little more. And the priest thinks, there's no trace of mental strength in him. I have to go a step deeper. Only then can I feel his true power. And then priest feels something that makes her fall on the ground. Are you fine, Lady Mel? What did you sense? Why are you so shocked? And priest says, I sensed an unknown power. It felt similar to what I felt in the sacred sword. A powerful strength far beyond mental strength. And then something happens at that place and the priest feels something. What is this strong shockwave? Could it be? And Zhong says, I sense a strong demonic presence outside. Another paycheck. An evil dragon has attacked Pharaoh City and is spitting fire everywhere and everyone is burning, pleading for help, and a girl is wondering, how did this happen? That monster is here. Isn't it a monster only heard in legends? Why is it here for real? And this is the evil dragon, the primordial evil dragon. Oh no! Pharaoh City is doomed. Will we all die here? And then Zhong appears in front of him, don't be afraid. And he blows lightly from his mouth and stops the dragon's attack. After this, priest comes to that place and says, look! He simply breathed, and the dragon's fire breath was dispersed. Aren't you surprised? This is too abnormal. And Catherine says, if it's Zhong Tianshan, this is nothing out of the ordinary. And Bai Qing says, this is his normal, just get used to it. But what's with that dragon? And priest says it's an old legend of Pharaoh City. Legend has it that it came from the same ancient times as the sacred sword. It was attracted by the sacred sword's unique energy, and attacked the city multiple times. The evil dragon breathed fire and turned everything to ashes. Pharaoh City became a living hell because of it. Our mental strength users could do nothing against such a powerful and ancient enemy. Everyone placed their hopes against the hero who could pull the sacred sword. But the hero never arrives. Fortunately, the dragon became weaker as time moved on for some reason. It gradually stopped its attacks and left Pharaoh City. And it never appeared again. I never thought the legends were true. The Bai Qing thinks, a monster is attracted to Zhong Tianshan's treasure? Something's weird. Could it be that the evil dragon has some sort of relationship with Ho Long Sword? And the priest says, but we will be fine. Zhong Tianshan will take action. If he can pull out the sacred sword, he can slay the evil dragon. And Zhong says, chick. Remember to pay me your protection fees later. And the girl says, what does Lord Hero mean? Do you take fees for saving people? But I don't have enough spirit stones. Can I pay with my body? And then the evil dragon moves towards them very fast, Lord Hero. The dragon is charging towards us. Is this beast crazy? Just rushing head first. And the evil dragon is ready to attack, but Zhong uses his power and says, "Sit down." And makes a dangerous attack on the evil dragon. And seeing this, priest says, "What a powerful slap. It's amazing." The entire Pharaoh city is shaking. It's like an earthquake. A few moments later, the smoke clears and Zhong is in front of the evil dragon. This beast's emotions are a little unstable. It seems to fall into insanity due to extreme pain. Even though it is an ancient monster. Why do I feel spiritual energy flowing inside it? And Ho Long tells Zhong, it's a treasure. There's a treasure inside this monster's stomach. During the Great War it somehow swallowed a treasure. And was tortured by the treasure's spiritual energy. Since I felt my spiritual energy, it stubbornly begged me to take it out from him. But ever give him a glance. This guy didn't come here for 1,000 years already. I thought I died a long time ago. I never imagined it would live until now. And Zhong says, treasure. You can't stop good fortune from arriving. Get up, you. Don't think I will show you mercy by playing dead. And Zhong throws the evil dragon into the air. I'll have to control my strength to avoid destroying the treasure. 1/10 of my power is enough. And attacks that evil dragon with a sword, due to which that evil dragon gets hurt a lot. Spits out that treasure from his mouth. And seeing that the Bai Qing gets surprised, it worked. The dragon puked out the treasure. And Zhong grabs that treasure, and this is the treasure, ancient treasure, Millennium Mirror. A millennium inside the mirror. A pocket dimension. This mirror is a dimension treasure. Now I have a place to keep my spirit stones. And Ho Long says, you can also live and cultivate inside a dimension treasure. By incorporating special materials it can unlock even more functions. This is a world completely under your control. As long as anything is shown Millennium Mirror light, it will be sucked into here. And the evil dragon says, Xian Tian sect, sect master, Zhong Tian Shun. I remember you. And Zhong says, you beast has recovered your sanity. You know about me? And the evil dragon says, of course. The cultivator who fought to the very end of the Great War. How could I forget about you? No. You're him, but not completely him.